this is part of my final project. Okay, let's talk about. So the main purpose for this project is to present a class which has authentic video as its main material source. I decided to do my project on this topic because I truly believe that authentic video, movies, TV series, documentaries, they are great resources to be used in the classroom to work language, okay? And they are not only useful for teaching language and culture, but they are very motivating for the students, okay? I have always thought that teaching a language, teaching English, which is my case, goes beyond teaching language. Okay, we have to teach culture, we have to get our students to know a little more about other things. Then after I got my master's in literature, this was, emphasized on my practice. So movies have helped me to bring literature and culture into the classroom. And also to show my students, different realities they might never be able to access if they were not through the movies. Okay, I use for this project, my main bibliography is the book I chose, Using Authentic Video in the Language Classroom by Jane Sherman, okay, Cambridge. And I base my project and my ideas on some of her ideas. She says, videos are a wonderful resource for opening up the English language world and can be used with great pleasure and profit and very little sweat. A video can catch a student's attention much easier than a written piece of material. A video is worth thousands of picture dictionaries and magazines. Just a few of her sayings. So, for the objectives for the project are, at the end of the activity, which is going to take 3 classes, students should demonstrate that they are able to watch, listen to, and understand authentic pieces of language, show that they have learned about events show that they are able to summarize a story, and finally, demonstrate that they are able to tell a story, selecting relevant parts of it. Skills involved, listening, reading, writing, speaking, but the focus, the emphasis is on listening and speaking, and you understand why. So as I told you, this class, this project was designed to be developed during 3 meeting days of 1 hour and 30 minutes each. The main source for the activity will be a movie, The Help, USA 2011. Here is the movie. I don't know if you have seen the movie.
Yes, very nice.
It's a great movie. Actually, I have already used this movie in my cinema project, but I didn't use it with my regular classes, and now I intend to do it, I intend to really apply this project when I go back to Brazil. Okay, so what did I do? First of all, before they watched the movie, we had this brainstorming, okay, the group, we will have the brainstorming, me and the students, and how would I do this? It would be an informal discussion, like I would ask them questions and try to elicit what they know about that time, tell them, oh, we are going to watch a movie, this movie takes place in the 1960s, and it tells about, this kind of, some events related with, okay? And so try to elicit from them what they already know about the events, and just to prepare them to watch the movie, okay? I don't mean to give answers, but just to prepare them, okay? Okay, so after the warm-up is on the first class, then students will watch the movie. Yes, 3 minutes, wow. After watching the movie, it will take part, the rest of the first class and part of the second class, okay, to finish the movie. After watching the movie, the students and teacher will have a group discussion about the movie. I will bring some questions to serve as a guideline. Of course, if you just say, okay, now we discuss about the movie, no, not at all. I would write some questions on the board, okay, just to guide their discussions, and then each of them would say something, what they like and what they thought about the events, and okay. The students will work in small groups and answer questions about the movie. Then this is the written part, okay, but it is not the main activity. The students will complete in groups a summary of the story and choose a passage they liked most to enact this for the group. This would be the closing activity, okay? So when they get to this point, they practice listening, speaking through the group discussion, reading and writing, and then they are going to practice more speaking. For this part, I can have general questions about the movie, general interpretation questions, and I can also use some questions focusing on language aspects. Okay. Evaluation. How will I evaluate my students? I believe in a process evaluation. Okay, so for this activity especially, students will be evaluated based on their participation during the listening, writing, reading, and the speaking activities. So there will be many moments, many opportunities for me to see how my students are participating during the discussions, and the written work I can collect it, just to see how well they are doing, and you should do that. Otherwise they say, oh, we don't need to do it. She's not going to collect. Okay, and then the last part, which is the funny part, okay, is speaking also. So they would have to apply language knowledge they have to enact the piece they have chosen. Okay. Materials like board, film, DVD, and hand out copies with questions about the movie. Thank you.
All right, questions or comments for Anna Maria?
What is the level?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
Well, I deal mostly with high school students, so some beginners and some, I would say we have beginners. I have this idea that intermediate is a little, well, I would say we have beginners 1, 2, 3, okay? And this is, now we're going to have this language center, and we thought about having beginner levels, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because if you say it's intermediate, I don't think we really have intermediate students, okay? But I would apply this activity for beginners 2, 3, but you can adapt it. So they can watch the movie even though they are real beginners. It depends on what you focus, okay? Another thing I forgot to tell you, I think I chose to show the whole movie because my focus is on the events, on the story, on cultural aspects. So I think when you do something like that, the ideal thing is to show the whole movie, because then you have the whole story.
Question, for them to enact their favorite scene, would you make them do the dialogues or would you give the transcript?
maybe I didn't really think about that, Leticia, because you
Yeah.
know these are details. There, yes, this is a project. I'll have to think about that. Yeah, that's a good thing to think about.
I think both
Yes.
things would be nice.
Yes, yes, maybe give the transcripts, because otherwise they are going to be, wow, how can they, memorize everything, of course. Yes, but they don't need to use, the same words.
Yeah, that's
They
what I
can
thought, that
change
they
the
could write
words.
their own
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, but I didn't really think about that.
Okay. I don't know how the movie, what is the main cultural topic? What is,
Oh, it happens in the 60s in southern United States, when there are a lot of racism issues. So yes, and it's a very good movie. The main character, she's I think she has studied journalism.
Yes.
Okay, she's a journalist student. She has graduated, and she comes back to this town. I think it's in Louisiana. I'm not sure now.
Yes.
Okay, but a very conservative place, and her friends are worried about getting married. And this is the thing for a woman to do, but she wants to be a professional. And then she writes to this famous magazine, and the woman, the director, the big boss, tells her, okay, you come up with a great story, and maybe I'll have you here to work with us. And so she's writing about, about the place. And then when she goes to her friend's houses, she sees how badly treated are the maids. They're called the help, okay? And she's really confused. She can't accept that, because, those people were the people who raised them. She had at her house a maid who raised her, and when she comes back home at this time, she's gone, and she doesn't know the truth. Then she finds out, there was this situation, and then she decides to write about, see how strong is her point. She decides to tell this story from the maid's point of view. So this is a big issue, but it's a great movie, and it's based on a book, okay? Yeah.
Very nice. Another movie that also fits the purpose is Corina.
Mm-hmm.
With
Hello,
Whoopi
Corina.
Goldberg.
Yes, the
Good music.
purple,
It's a good movie.
the color of purple, the purple color.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, there are
There are
many
yeah.
interesting movies.
I
Yeah.
mean in this context of black woman being employed and raising kids, because she raised, I think it's Ray Liotta's, yes, daughter, and the daughter has many issues and she doesn't want to go to school. There are many nice topics that maybe could fit, or maybe they could give the recommendation. Oh, if you want to, more about it, watch this one.
Yes.
Very.
Well, I really like working with movies, and that's why I coordinate this cinema project at my institution. So I think movies are really a great resource.